Hello, my friends. How are you? This is Eric and Luca.
Referencia. No.
Hello, hello. Can you hear us all right? Perfect, my friends. Great, great, great. Well, here we are, Luca and myself. Welcome to this special, very special um, hangout. Because today is a kind of real leadership hangout. You've been chosen to be here, or if you're here, it's because you want to lead and you want to be responsible for the growth of the United States and Mexico. Hey, Luca, how are you?
Hi, how are you? We are great, waiting, counting the hours to fly to Orlando for the Max Out. So we are very happy to be right now connected with everybody. So we start? We are ready?
Yes, I think we're ready. Perfect.
Okay, I want to start. The topic today is the Leaderships Academy and the importance of create this Leaderships Academy in all markets. So I want to talk about some benefits of having this Leaderships Academy running every week in each market and why we need to get a commitment with ourselves to make these leaderships academies grow and successful. Obviously, the target, maybe right now you are gonna think, oh, it's too big, starting from what we have right now. But I think a good target we have to point is 100 people every week in each leadership academy. So why we need this kind of event? Why are very important, so important for us and our people? So the first thing is a second look. Is a place to take our prospect, our candidates for a second look. And this second look is when we get a meeting in our home, a home meeting, a one-on-one, on whatever, or we send a video, our prospects are looking the opportunity, the products, the business, but in a small way. Is in our house or maybe in a restaurant or with a video, so at their own home in their cell phone. So when you take your prospects for a second look in a leadership academy, they are going to have something we call the social proof, and you are going to have the opportunity of present your prospects to other leaders that they are already, maybe they have 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year doing the business, and they can tell their experience in a very short and quickly way to your prospect. The ideal if you can show or present 5 to 7 leaders each week to your candidate, to your guest in that event. So this Leadership Academy, and later we are going to talk about the structure and what you need to have in those. In some places we are already running a lot of Leadership Academy. So the structure and everything is created to have to get your guests, your prospects, and so they can take a good decision and they can look the opportunity, they can look the team, they can look the professional of the kind of work we are doing, and they can say, okay, this is a good place, and it's not only a good place, here is a good people, this people is very sharp. They are very sharp, but they are professional, they are good. So it's a good place to grow for me. I want to stay, I want to start. Now I'm clear that it's a good business. So that is one of many reasons I want to talk about most important. The second reason that is not for the prospect, but is for our partners, business partners, for all the team members. And in the week, we do a lot of work. We are sampling products, we are making calls, we are having home meetings, we are having one-on-ones, we are working a lot. Sometimes we have a good week, so we have a lot of energy, we are very happy. And sometimes we don't have a very good week because everything goes wrong. And maybe I have 1 week, a bad week, a second bad week, and my emotions, I don't know how to say it, but my energy is coming down, 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 down. And if I don't have a place to recharge my energy, my vision, my commitment with the business, with my friends, and see another people that they are doing well, and I think, no, this is very hard. Everybody is telling to no to me. Nobody want to buy my products, and probably nobody is doing well in this business. So I need to go to this leadership academy and get in touch with those people that they are doing well, so I can have some energy. My batteries go full, or it's like a car. If you are driving your car, you need to go to the gas station to fill the tank. Yeah, you start driving and you can do 100 miles, 200 miles, 300 miles, and that tank is coming down, 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 and at a certain point you are going red, and after red, if you don't go to the gas station, what is going to happen? The car is going to stop. And the same thing happens with all the team members. If they don't go to a place to feel their energy, their emotions, get connected with the vision, with other team members that they are working hard, so at some point, the people quit. So it's very important to get everybody together. And sometimes people tell me, but I can do that on a webinar, on a Google Hangout right now. No. Nothing can replace to see each other one-on-one, everybody together in a meeting room. So that's why we need to create one leadership academy in each market, because you don't want to fly every week to Miami, to Orlando, to California, where are already right now running the leadership academy. You want to get a leadership academy 20 minutes driving for your home, 30 minutes, 1 hour at most. Yeah. So that is second very important reason we need a leadership academy every week. Another very important reason why we need a leadership academy, because in the leadership academies, we are at this point, I don't want to talk about the prospects, the second look, and the team members. Right now, we are going to talk about the people we are developing, the next leaders, the big ones, the ones that they are going to stand on the stage, take the microphone, or take the pen on the marker, the board, and those that they are going to train our people. In the beginnings, nobody have the ability, the skills to do that, but we develop the skills on our people, and week by week, every week, the people is gonna do it better. So we are gonna start to develop the leadership and some skills on our team members, but not all the team members. The ones They want to go and grow their leadership and stand on stage and be the ones that they are raising up these leadership academies. That not always everybody wants to do that. A lot of people have scared to speak in public, but that is one of the things we have to go on it, okay? And there's one other thing, always, and this is why you need to go to a leadership academy, a small one, and grow you with the leadership academy until this one becomes a very big one. That reason is because always the people that have the bigger teams and the people that are the biggest income earners are always the ones that have the microphone on their hands or the markers and that board. So, so you want to be one of them, you need a space where you can get the microphone on your hand or the marker and the whiteboard, okay? So that is another very important reason. Another very important reason, because in the Leadership Academy, we are gonna teach and create the culture of our team. There are two ways to teach. The people that is sitting, attending, they are going to learn about products, they are going to learn about the skills they need, and they are going to get inspired with some testimonies and leadership trainings, and they are going to get inspired and they come out with that energy full, and also is not only inspired, but is maybe the word is aspirational. I don't know, I'm Spanglish, I'm doing my Spanglish here. But what I'm meaning right now is I'm sitting, attending this Leadership Academy, I'm gonna see this gold, platinum, double platinum, or maybe diamond speaking in front. I'm gonna listen his story, and I'm gonna say, oh, wow, I wanna be like this guy, or if this guy do it, I can do it also. So it's not so difficult. I need only to work. So that is the part I'm a team member that I am attending. I'm gonna learn those things and get inspired, and I'm gonna have this aspirational thing inside of me. And if I'm the one that has to prepare the product training, the skills training, or the story training, also I'm gonna learn a lot, because it's I think the people that learns more are the ones that are teaching to other people. So that ones are the ones that learns more. And so you want to be one of them, and you want to get your team on stage also. So you want to create the opportunity to put your team members on stage. So in the beginning, it's gonna be 20 people, 15 people, 20 people, 100 people, 200 people, 1,000 people, 3,000 people, and one day you are gonna be in Alumbra with 10,000 or maybe 15,000 people. But you cannot get somebody from never being on stage and tomorrow put him in Alumbra. That is not going to happen, never. So, and he doesn't want to go on stage. He's gonna be very scared, and probably don't have the skills to grow his team. So you need these small paces and grow with the spaces. So those are some of the very important reasons you need to go to a leadership academy and create a leadership academy for your people. And then we have other reasons or things not so important like the first ones, but to have the prosperity table where you can get the audios of all your leaders, books, and get more information for the work. So that is a small and very fast resume of this. So I leave you with Eric right now. Eric, your turn.
Hello, my friends. Can you hear me okay? Yes?
Yes.
Perfect, my friends. Well, we cannot tell you how important these leadership academies are. This has been the foundation of Fusion growth for the past 5 to 7 years. So now that we have heard everything that Luca has to say about the importance, purpose, and overall benefits of the Leadership Academy, now the question is, how can we grow our leadership academies? How can we get to the point that we have 100 leadership academies in 50 different cities in the United States and Mexico? So, what was our trick? What was our foundation to that growth? Is creating a leadership support center for each leadership academy in each city. At first, myself being an online guy, before Fusion, I look at these guys in Fusion, and they were doing these leadership academies every single day, and every single Monday or every single Tuesday. And I was like, hey, everybody's connected through here, man. I mean, offline is dead. We're connected elsewhere. Ironically, that didn't work for me. And I tried to build it online. And I've seen a lot of companies trying to be the webinar company. I have 47 teams in 47 countries in 60 days kind of thing. I've done that. It doesn't work. If you cannot hug somebody and connect with somebody, it's impossible to grow a family. You can have sign-ups, but not teams. So saying that, what we have to do to actually embrace these leadership academies and grow them all over the country is having these leadership support centers. These are the people who are gonna take responsibility to handle these leadership academies. These leadership academies are not something you're gonna coordinate through a Facebook chat, like okay, who's gonna do this? Okay, it's tomorrow. Okay, do we have a flyer? Okay, who's gonna get the projector? You're gonna get the whiteboard. Okay, did you pay for the hotel? Let's have a WhatsApp group, to do it. If you treat the programming, coordination, and everything of the Leadership Academy informally instead of formally, or in an amateur way, your Leadership Academy will always be amateur, because it's all a reflection of the core leaders who are building it. So a Leadership Academy should not be something you just get on with. Okay, let's make this Monday happen. We'll see you next Monday. No, it's something you co-create with the leaders of the city to actually grow. And every single academy is gonna start with 15 people, 20 people. Luca's gonna tell you about that story afterwards. So, what do we need in every single city? Again, the Leadership Support Center. Those are the leaders who are gonna take charge. Who are they gonna be? The ones that want to lead the city. And if you are here today, it's because of you've been chosen because of your leadership, or you were tagged in the comments of what Randy put on the X-Ray Facebook, and you wanted to be here because you wanted to be a part of the movement and the creation of the movement. You just don't want to be a attendee, a tourist, a guy who claps on the event. No, you want to be part of the creation. And let me tell you, the girls who are part of the creation are the ones who get wealthier because they take charge. So, saying that, a little bit of pointers about the Leadership Support Center. You have to be settled. Okay, so it's going to be me, you. Try to gather all the lines in that city. Okay, And when we form that Leadership Support Center, let's call it LSC, those are the guys. Okay, no. In the next meeting, this guy didn't make it. No, this girl couldn't make it. No. That is like the board for the city. And the board of the city is a professional board. But my Leadership Academy started with 15 people. Look at it too. But because that board professional, it took it to 10,000 people and 15,000 people with Tony Robbins in Panama in a couple of months. So it all started like that. So what are the responsibilities? First, and this is going to be work, you're responsible for coordinating like 2, 3, or 4 weeks in advance, checking whose leaders are going to be in the event, checking that the hotel is paid. You have to have a structure where, okay, I'm going to take care of it this Monday, you're going to take care of it this Monday, every team can do it. It depends. We're going to have a separate chat, a separate webinar, where we already have established who are the Leadership Academy support centers in Ybor City to give these details, So another thing is that everything, the lighting, the banners, the ticket sales, everything has to be coordinated in excellence. And that's a word I learned from Luca. My team, we have a Leadership Academy every single Monday. We're almost like 150 or 180 people. And next, we're splitting. We're gonna have 50, 50, 50 now, next week. And what we were talking with Luca is we're gonna split remembering the most important word of leadership, excellence. We start on time. We put up speakers that know that they can. Then we know that they can deliver. And at first they're gonna be nervous. A lot of people are gonna be the first time, but it's how we develop leadership. So this is the most important part of growing the leadership academies. If a city does not have a leadership support center, that leadership academy will always be a burden, will always be amateur, will never grow. So it's very important to have that and know that it's a responsibility that not everybody wants to get into. And it's okay to saying, hey, you know what? I have a job right now. I'm working this part-time. I don't know if I got focus on building the business and building the structure of the city. Maybe later, that's perfect. Don't feel bad if you cannot be in that responsibility group. But if you feel that, hey, I want to be that guy. Every single person I've met in network marketing has been sitting in a 3,000 people event in the aisle 49 with a book, with a notebook, hearing a guy or a woman on stage saying, you remember when we started? We didn't have anything. We didn't have events. The products came from there. We didn't have anything. Now look at this. Look at the picture. We were 7 guys back then here in Arizona. 5 guys, and we started with 5, and then 12, and then 20, and now look at what we have. And I know, because I've talked to all of those guys sitting in aisle 49 saying, why am I not in that picture? If I've gotten there in that picture where there were 7 guys, I would have that house, that car, that lifestyle, and that picture on the beach. Well, let's think about what you wanted. You wanted to be there, and now you have the chance. You got to be very careful for what you ask for, because today you're given that chance. You're given the chance to be in that picture of being with 10 guys, 12 guys, shoulder to shoulder, building leadership. And maybe in a year or 2 years, you're gonna be that guy or that woman on stage saying, "Hey, remember we were seven? We are 1,000 people. We have a regional event, and we are the guys." And you have those pictures. You're not gonna be the person on aisle 49, and that's what we are inviting you to be a part of the leadership support center, to be that person in that picture, and become what a lot of people in 15 countries have become. You know, not one diamond, not one double platinum, not even a platinum has gone to that level in Latin America without having a leadership academy every single week. So now I'm gonna get the details because we have exactly the details of how to run the weekly meeting of this leadership support center. But we're not gonna bore you with that today because we want to share that with the groups that are already consolidated, saying, hey, in Miami, we are this 6 people. Okay, in San Francisco is this. Okay, in Colorado is this. Okay, in Staten Island with this. And these people are gonna get that exact training, structure, and help for what already have been happening for 7 years in 15 countries. So this is not new. This is the foundation. So I'm now giving the mic back to Luca because I want to hear again how this guy was in the exact same position as you today, but with not other choice. He didn't have $100 million company behind him. He didn't even know the company was going to exist next month. And he was with 11 people. I want Luca to tell me if that's correct. 11 people saying, okay, let's create the first one. And the rest is history. Luca.
Okay, thank you, Eric. So, how Eric says right now, all you can right now is to make a decision if you want to be part of this board that is gonna be. Some of you are already part of a team that they are creating Leadership Academy, but we need more. So that's right. What says Eric? 10 years ago, 7 years ago, 2010, we start with Fusion, and at that moment we need to create this weekly event. So when we start, we didn't have too much money to rent a hotel room, and we didn't have enough people to fill a hotel room. We are only like 8, 10 crazy people together, crazy friends. We were looking for meetings rooms, and we couldn't afford them. So we find a garage of a house that they arrange it like a meeting room. So they put some tables and a projector and microphones, and we can go in that meeting room like 20 people. We stay in that meeting room a little long, but with a very high commitment of each team member to bring more people and create the energy and create everything to have a space that add value to our guests that they are on the second look and for our team members. So everybody is happy to be at that event every week. Doesn't matter if it's big or small event. So it takes for us like 6 months, 8 months to get out of that small garage meeting room to our first hotel meeting room, where we are 80 people. And after 1 year, it takes 1 year to go until 100 people. But at that moment, when we reach 100 people, and that is not necessary to be the same for you, because 7 years ago we didn't have testimonies. The higher rank was after it was gold, and it was me. So that one was the higher rank and the better testimonial in all our Leadership Academy worldwide. Imagine, right now we have diamonds, we have countries, we have a lot of stuff, a lot of products, everything. So it's easier to grow fast, but it takes for us 1 year to reach these 100 people. And why I say 100 people, and that is like point, the point more important, reach that number, reach 100 people is so important. I don't know what happened with the energy, but after the 100 people, everything is grows faster. Go from 0 to 100 a year, but go from 100 to 1,000 takes us like 8 months only. So after 8 months, we go from 100 people to 800, and then 1,000, and growing. And after 2-3 years, we already been doing Leadership Academy of 2,000 people. And there then was a moment that when we couldn't find meeting rooms. At this time, the problem was not the beginning, that we need small meeting rooms and cheap. This time, we can pay for any meeting room, but we couldn't find meeting rooms enough big to allow to get all our team. So at that moment, we start the duplication. How? After 2 years, the people was already prepared, and we start to take to spread the team. So of a group of 2,000, we make 20 teams, different teams, that each one make 100 people Leadership Academy at Lima. At the same time, we were creating with the same structure and board that Eric told you a minute ago. We were creating the same thing in other markets, also in Peru and out of Peru. So right now we have probably at Lima more than 40, maybe only at Lima, the same city, 40 or 30, 40 Leadership Academy at the same day every week. And if we count all Peru, all the cities, all the market we have here, probably we are near 80, 100 Leadership Academies, successful Leadership Academy every week. And we have some cities that they have already 1,000, 2,000, and they are repeating the same process that we do 7 years ago. So everybody. So sometimes the people tell me, but it's so difficult to create a big team with a big Leadership Academy with 1,000 people. No, it's not difficult because we have the formula, but the thing that is difficult is maintain the commitment and the energy of this board that they are organizing this weekly Leadership Academy, and the commitment of every team member to bring and promote the event and have like your own goal to reach those 100 people in your weekly event. And after that, you are going to see how everything explodes and grow very fast after you reach those 100 people. I don't know why it's 100, but in all markets, when I see that they achieve 100, everything explodes. It's like a magic moment. So it's very, very important to get the commitment to arrive those numbers, and then you can duplicate these Leadership Academies in many countries. Right now is, like I tell you before, right now is easier than 7 years ago. Right now we have manuals, we know how to duplicate these Leadership Academies. So right now we can give to the people that they want to grow it, all the structure and the manual how to run these events and how to create it. The only thing we need is the commitment to achieve these 100 people. So that's it, the story, the small version of the story. So right now I want to get the microphone to our guru, where so I always tell that where we study, where we learn how to do this business, and everything was we learned it about like self-studying about with books and audiobooks and everything that is the Randy material and Randy wrote, record, and we learn everything with him. So right now I give the microphone to our diamond, Randy Gage.
Thanks, Luca. And thanks everyone for being on. We're really excited about the possibilities that we can do with this leadership group. We are committed, the three of us you see on, plus Lily is committed as well, to work with these what do we call them? LSCs, Leadership Support Councils, right? Is that right, Eric? Leadership Support Council?
Yeah, actually I like it more than center.
Oh, center, okay. Either way, so LSC, and we'll figure out the right noun by some point. But we're really excited about what we can do with that we can really help people get on this leadership track with Fusion. Because you will see, if you go to a mastermind event and you come to the faculty dinner, and there will be Sarah Robbins from Rodan and Fields and Wes Linden from forget the name of his company, a utility company in the UK, and Orrin Woodward will be there, and Art Jonak, and all these leaders, Eugene Hong, different companies, and we'll kind of go around the table. Hey, where's your top teams? And this one has their biggest team is in Oklahoma. Someone else, it's in Utah. Someone else, it's New York. Someone else, it's Texas. And you say, well, what's the commonality? Because some of these are big states, some of these are little states, some of them have them in big groups in very small communities, other ones have big groups in huge cities with millions of people population. And the commonality is local leadership. It's strong local leadership. People who just said, I will be a majority of one. People who said, I will plant the flag. I'm taking responsibility. I'm going to grow this market, and I'm going to be one of the people that make it happen. So if you have any question, type them in, and I'll try to get to them. But the one thing I would tell you is this, we had a get together at Sena de Gala. So we had some leadership people get together for a breakfast, and I asked Luca and Eric to be there, and we got to talking about this, and people were like, well, Luca, I noticed your flyer is blue in the background, and someone else had gray in the background, and which one should we use? And I listened to these questions for as long as I could, and finally I was like, I can't do this anymore. Guys, I have two of the people from the top 10 income earners in the world, and you want to ask them, is it going to be a blue background or a gray background? Figure it out, right? Just figure it out. That's not what you want to, talk to these guys about when you get them in a thing. So what I would tell you is this. We have the manual that Luca was talking about. We've got that on xtribeonline.com. go in the resources, the business building stuff, and we got some great manuals and videos and everything. So look at that and make the commitment, because really what we're looking about, and someone's asking me the office for Spain, Bodial, I guess, and the answer is I actually don't know. We talked about it, I know, but I don't remember where it is, because we were looking at Barca, we were looking at Madrid, and I don't know what it's decided. But don't let that be impediment to anything, because where the office is really going to be irrelevant if you go out there and build your team. What we want to do with these LSCs is we're not looking for professional meeting attenders. We're not looking for people who want to make it their career that they are the most amazing clerk for the tools table that's ever been done in network marketing. And we're not looking for people to become the greatest banner setup people that get to the meeting 1 hour before and they set up the banners better than anyone else in the whole world. No, we want to use these as training grounds where people learn all of the different functions and participate with that. So yeah, this week you are doing the banners, and another week maybe you are the person who's handling the tools at the table, or the tickets at the door, or the sound system, or all of that, and rotate through the different skill sets. But it's really about taking ownership of the event, meaning, so when Eric says, or Lucas says, hey, you get these 5 people and these 6 people, and they're the council, that's it. So we're looking for people who realize, okay, so the meeting room is $150 and we took in $135. So we're $15 short, and there's 5 of us, so we're each paying $3. Okay, no problem. Okay, but if it's $75 short, now people are paying $15 a piece. Okay, but that's what ownership is. And then you look and say, okay, what is it that we need to do? Are we going to keep trying to get a cheaper meeting room, or are we going to grow the attendance to this? Are we going to use this for the capacity that it's really capable of, which is using this for a second look for everybody we have coming through the prospecting pipeline, that they can come in and see how we do the business. We're looking for people who are going to grow ranks. Right now, we have people who are executives presenting at these. We have events where people who are not even executives presenting at these. And you know what? I think that's cool. I think that's wonderful. And I'm so proud of the people, because I've seen some amazing presentations in Miami and San Diego with people who are, been in the business for 2 weeks, and they've done some amazing presentations. But we do want to grow this, and you want to grow this. In other words, your goal should be, when can you get it to the point that only a senior executive can be a presenter at this? And when can you get it to the point where only a bronze can be a presenter at it? And then can you get it to the point that only golds and above are doing the presentation? So think about that and work toward that goal. And give us a day or two, probably tomorrow, we'll put up on how to sign up for this specific training. So we'll probably create a private Facebook group just for the LSC people, or we'll do some webinars like this just for the LSC people. So we'll need a place to connect with just those people, because we won't be doing that for the whole teams. It'll be just for the people who are actually in the LSCs in their local market. So what does that mean? Your homework is, your assignment, finishing with this broadcast tonight. If you're committed to that, step up, talk to the other people in your city, in your market, and find out who else wants to do that with you. And I know somebody's going to email me and say, well, there's only 3 of us in Butte, Montana. How many do we need to start a leadership academy? And the answer is the 3 of you in Butte, Montana. That's how the leadership academy starts. And so there's 3 of you. all three of you, who are you going to prospect next week? And they're looking at it. They've seen the movement from the Amazon video. They were at a 2-on-1 or at a house meeting. Invite them to the Leadership Academy. And maybe you'll have 5 people or 7 people next week. That's how you grow this. I mean, this is, I'm so glad that Luca shared his story, because that's how that is. And it's no different. We were talking about this at my academy last Monday. Luca's talked about this tipping point, that when you get a certain amount of people, then it gets really easier. I saw the same thing in my church. And we started, when I went to I went the first time to this church, Unity on the Bay in Miami, and there was literally, it was like 9 people or 11 people. It was like less than 12 people, counting me and the minister and the other people, in a church that holds like 550 seats or 850 seats or something. So there's like 10 people there, and a couple of them are probably hookers who got off Biscayne Boulevard and just wanted to get out of the sun, because this church had once been a very wealthy neighborhood in Miami. Now it had deteriorated to a crack neighborhood. So it was filled with prostitution and drug dealers and whatever. And people were just afraid to go to the area. So literally there was like, 9 or 10 or 11 people in this church. And we grew that church. And we got it in 100, 150, and 250. And then it came to the point where we filled the entire service every week, and it was standing room only. We created a spillover room, and we put speakers in there. Then we added a 9 o'clock service. Then we added a 1 o'clock Spanish service. Then we added a Wednesday service. I mean, that's how you grow an event, as you grow. As Eric was talking about, growing the family. This is the thing that these academies do that you can't do on a broadcast, you can't do online. And here is the testimony that I want to share with you. So it's a Monday. I'm flying back from somewhere, and I land at 4 in the afternoon. And I get my stuff, and I get home, and it's like 5 o'clock on a Monday. And we have a Leadership Academy in Miami on Monday nights. And we get there at 7, it starts at 7:30. Now, nobody in my city knows that I'm back in town, right? Because I had just been doing an event somewhere with my team, I don't remember where. And I'm thinking, I've been flying all day, and do I really want to fight the rush hour traffic and go to the Leadership Academy tonight? And I'm like, dude, you got to walk your own talk. You always say, if wherever you are, you're in town that week, if there's a Leadership Academy, you're going to be there. So I suck it up. I get in the car and I drive there. And I have 2 personal enrollees that both have 2 guests. And they're so excited to see, oh, Randy, I want you to meet a couple of people I have looking at the business. And I thought, oh my goodness, thank goodness that I hopped in the car and fought the rush hour traffic. Because I was able to help 2 of my personal people with candidates that they had in the business. And I know it made a difference, because a couple of those people are now in the business, by the way, and I see them every Monday at the Leadership Academy, and I saw them this week on Monday night. We say a lot in this business, sometimes you need the meeting, sometimes the meeting needs you, right? Sometimes you don't need the Leadership Academy. Not often, but it could happen. You're locked in, everything's going amazing, whatever, but you know what? Maybe they just need your $10. Because they need another $10 to cover the room rental that week. But most of the time, you're going to find you need the meeting. And I got to tell you, I love it with the people we have. That's right. See, Gonzalo is right in the comment. He was one of the people there. He had 2 people that, and I almost didn't make it that night. So thank goodness that I did. So sometimes you need the meeting, sometimes the meeting needs you. But this chance, and I got to tell you, the Miami people, the energy is I'm so proud of the group we're putting together. And that energy, and I leave energized every Monday night. Okay, I'm the first diamond in the United States. I'm supposed to be immune from that. I'm supposed to not need that. But you know what? Everybody needs that. And when you go there, and I'm always, I've been in this profession for 30 years. I'm a leader. I've been growing teams. So the first thing I do when I go into a meeting is I look and say, how many people do I have in this room? How many people in this group are on my team? How many lives am I impacting? How many people am I able to touch? So that's what I would tell you is watch for the next day or two. We'll put in the official sign up, and then we want to work with you. We're going to help you get to, yes, Wendy, you're one of those people. We got great people in Miami. We really do. So we will get you the how to participate, the sign up. Before I go, I do want to do a couple things, and then Eric, I'll turn it back to you or Luca, who's ever going to wrap up. But remember, if you're in the U.S., we have Max out this weekend. Look at the schedule. We've got a platinum and diamond training Friday morning. We have a gold and above, or bronze and above in the afternoon. We're going to have an opportunity presentation Friday night. That's free for any guest, just that session on Friday night. So if you know anyone in the Orlando area, get them to that. If they like what they see, you can buy them a ticket on the spot. They can stay for the rest of the event. It'll take 2 years off their learning curve. Luca is going to be there with me. Gianmarco Mosto is going to be there. Dr. Ivan Columbus, head of the Scientific Advisory Board, is going to be there. And he will be doing a session on the new product that we will be launching in the United States this weekend, and you'll be able to buy that. And then the last thing, of course, is it's Wednesday night. You got about 2 hours and change to close out the week strong. So make sure you check your back office, hit the enrollment line, see who you have, who's one customer away from senior executive, or 2 boxes of no carb tea away from bronze, or whatever. But I can tell you, speaking for the other guys, we're very excited about what we can do with this leadership councils, because this is how you grow the business, is you grow your local market and you grow your leadership skills. So we're excited, and we hope you are as well. So Mr. Gamio or Luca, any last words from either of you guys?
Well, yeah, I'm so excited to be part of this space, this moment in history in the United States. And I loved what Randy said about talking to these guys in the mastermind event, about talking about their cities and having a huge team in a not likely to have a huge team city. And what I've learned through almost 10 years of this profession is that leadership kills demographics. I mean, I have a leadership academy of 50 people in a city of 300,000 people, and it's bigger than cities with 1 million people. It's all about the leaders. So if you want to be in that picture, and you want to be in that stage saying, hey, when we started, we didn't have anything because you asked for it, think of this webinar as the DeLorean, and you went back to the future to have that call. That call is today. You've been asked to be in that picture, and it's an amazing ride. And you have to be patient. You have to be patient to grow it. I love what Randy says. Everything goes down before it goes up. And imagine if Luca would have thrown in the towel 6 months in when he couldn't get to 50 people. Imagine if Luca had done that. I would have hated him so much. Thanks, my brother. Back to you, Luca.
Okay, just to close, I want to keep with the phrase that Randy just says. That is a phrase I always have on my mind, that if you think you don't need the Leadership Academy, the Leadership Academy needs you. Okay. always we need it. So there's a moment when this business and all the visions comes down from your mind to your heart, and in that moment you get this this statement printed inside you, in your own heart, and you understand how important is your presence each week in that event. It's not only it's important your $10 of course, but also it's important your testimony, and the event needs your energy and needs your your speak to the other team members, guests, and when you are this understand that really hard and goes down from your mind to your heart, believe me, that is a moment that when your Leadership Academy is gonna grow very fast, because you are not going to need to announce this event. You are gonna promote with all your blood, with all your power, with all your mind, your energy, because you want everybody inside that room to get that energy. So I wait for you tomorrow. No, that day after tomorrow at the Max Out. I hope I see everybody that is right now in this hangout at that event. See you at the next event.